Hello and welcome. Finland will become the 31st member of NATO later on Tuesday. The application to join the Western military alliance was prompted by the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, with which Finland shares a very long border. Our diplomatic correspondent Paul Adams has the story.
Finland only said it wanted to join NATO last year. This afternoon, its flag will be raised at the headquarters in Brussels, the quickest accession process in NATO's recent history.
President Putin went to war against Ukraine with a declared aim to get less NATO. He wanted NATO to remove our forces, our structures from all allies that have joined after 1997, meaning all allies in Central and Eastern Europe. And he wanted NATO to make it absolutely clear that NATO's door was closed for any new membership. He's getting the exact opposite. He's getting more NATO presence in the eastern part of the alliance, and he's getting 2 new members with Finland and Sweden.
Finland's long frontier with Russia, the scene of fighting early in the Second World War, more than doubles the border between NATO and its adversary, at a time, thanks to the war in Ukraine, of extremely high tension. Finland's armed forces are well trained and well equipped, with huge numbers of reserves. Finland has been a close partner of NATO for years. It'll have no trouble fitting in. Its neighbour to the west, Sweden, is likely to follow suit in the coming months, once differences with another NATO member, Turkey, are resolved. Moscow says it'll strengthen its forces nearby to confront what it sees as NATO's threatening move. And if the alliance deploys troops and equipment to Finland, as it has in the Baltics, then Russia says it'll take additional steps. Paul Adams, BBC News.
Well, let's get more on this and go to Helsinki, where I'm joined by Owen McNamara, a research fellow at the Finnish Institute of Internal Affairs. Welcome to you. Good to have you on the programme. This is a hugely significant day for Finland, isn't it, which is abandoning its long-held position of neutrality?
Yes, this is a very significant day for Finland, its security, but it's also a very, very significant day for NATO, the NATO alliance as a whole, and for security in Northern Europe.
The Finnish people's attitude to NATO literally changed overnight, didn't it? Before the Russian invasion of Ukraine, around 30% were pro joining NATO, and after the invasion, it was 80%. How real do you think any threat is from Russia towards Finland?
Well, of course, as John Maynard Keynes once said, when the facts change, I change my mind. And the facts changed late in 2021 when Russia started issuing ultimatums to NATO that it wouldn't take any new members, into 2022, of course, with its brutal escalation of aggression in Ukraine. So these issues, these facts changed. Finland, of course, Finnish society was very, very well informed about the various security options. And of course, NATO deterrence, NATO collective defence, that is seen as the strongest medicine for Finnish security right now. Nobody wants the brutal war crimes that we have seen in Ukraine replicated on Finnish territory. So this flipped the switch of public opinion in Finland and brought the country on this year-long journey towards NATO membership that will find its final destination today, with Finland becoming a full member of the alliance.
Yeah, it's happened extremely quickly, hasn't it? Did anybody expect that?
I think, Finns are always vigilant, but of course the country met the political criteria for NATO membership. Finland is a very strong and mature democracy, liberal democracy. And of course, Finland has a very strong and impressive military system, defense system for a small state. So NATO is an asset for the alliance, just as the alliance is an asset for Finland.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a two-way street, isn't it? But what's actually going to change militarily for Finland now?
Well, I don't think too much will change right now. Of course, NATO is not just about the Atlantic Treaty. It's also about the O in NATO, the organization. So Finland will now have a full seat at the table. Its military planners and its civilian security planners, its diplomats and its defense officials will be fully involved in NATO's planning, NATO's contingency planning for security across the alliance and for security in Northern Europe. So this is very, very good news, not just for Finland and its security, not just for NATO, but also Finland's neighbours, its Nordic neighbours to the west and its Baltic neighbours to the south.
OK, Owen McNamara, thanks very much for being with us and for your thoughts on Finland joining NATO today.
Thank you.